most generous soul, I assure you. Oh? Oh dear. A dwarf, you say? Fion. One of Mamselle's girls from Chares's caress. Been gone for a 10-day. Smiled as wide as the wide, but twice as sunny. You don't suppose the murderer? Oh, goodness no. It's too horrible to imagine. Horrible hells. I better lay low. Lower than low. Under low. Gotta keep low. Murderer won't hear a peep out of me. Gotta keep low.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Murdered? Oh, dearie me. And to think, her remains were just a whisper away. Make sure Mamselle knows. Across the way at the caress. Yeah, God, she'll be right unsettled. I'm staying put, mind. If a killer wanted me dead, I'd already be crammed under the boards.
Bloody ages we spent hiking from Murren. And they won't let us in the city proper. Bollocks. We're adventurous, damn it. The bridge god chatted some shite about a coronation. Couldn't really make head nor tail of it.
Come to Baldurs Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Not long before we leave scouring places like this behind. Part of me will miss you.
Rocks for brains.
I will not. Start over.
We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more are needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free.
Isn't it obvious, sister? He wants to ascend with the rest of us. He heard about the ritual and the power our master will grant us. So he came back with his tail between his legs, hoping all would be forgiven.
You always were an idiot, Petras. Is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
You heard them. Tell me what I need to know. Now!
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace. There's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time. Hidden from us all.
I'm going to stop Cazador.
What the hell's happened to you, Astarion? What are you?
I'm more than what I was. And I'm not afraid of anything anymore. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I'm the only person who can stop him. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them. Yes, and they'll be trembling in fear when they tell him. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves. Trust me, I'd rather slaughter someone else's family, but if that's what it takes. And it's not like their sweet innocence. They brought Cazador just as many victims as I did. You're not getting sentimental, are you? I thought you were with me on this. I knew I was right about you. You're a true friend. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Cazador. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair.
Hear me out. Jerez's caress also has rules.
We are not staying in a brothel. Stick to the list. Such a
Everyone is
of course. Wherever we need, set your worries at ease. You're in safe hands.
Actually, Gortash invented a steel watch.
We're shopping first. Dinner with my
I had no less than 2 and a bachelor clawing at my door the very next week.
How long do the effects last?
Astonishing feat of genius.
It depends on the person.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the
Excuse me? We're discussing steel watcher gyromatics. A topic beyond your understanding, I imagine.
My mate got thrown by a steel watcher. Lucky bugger. The trajectory was perfection.
Let's go to Constant. She has the most fabulous. You told me the armor was a bargain.
Set your worries at ease.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
To meet my mother and father.
Need something? I've got the tools for any job. Any job. Whatever you're working on, hope that fixes it for you.
We're shopping first.
Welcome to Danthilon's dancing acts. Our stock isn't used. It's tried and tested by the finest. Don't draw any trouble on old Enthal. He acts like he's up for it, but he's retired for a reason.
Let's go to Constant. She has.
Or their targeting modules.
You break it, you... Well, knowing Enthal, it was already broken.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble establishment. How may I be of service? Your father...
Watch your power up for the first time. My heart flutters at the thought.
Well, hello.
I'd love to see one of them in a fight. A real fight. They crush everyone.
Good. Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
Astonish! Feats of genius.
I sense some hesitation.
Did you get to look at their gyrometics? Or their targeting modules?
It's just listen, breathe. That watcher sent him
I'd love to, thanks.
Does the hand not
Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
It's the tongue.
Must have been 10 minutes.
I got it. You tried to climb up one, you madman.
How else was I supposed to see the optics?
You're in safe hands.
What I wouldn't give to meet the Gondian who invented the steel watch. This is safe to take.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel watch?
My good man. Every substance
No,
has been tried
he merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel watch. What does it feel like?
Yes, but they were Gortash's idea, which makes him the inventor.
Still alive, so that's
How
progress.
about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
And the other person with you, they enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it. Sir, I had no less than 2 maidens and a band.
Give up a kidney for a tour of the steel watch foundry. As if any of us were. Imagine seeing a watcher power up for the first time. My heart flutters at the thought.
I'd love to see one of them in a fight. A real fight. They crush everyone.
Simply astonish. Feats of genius.
Seems like a lot.
Did you get to look at their gyrometics? Or their targeting modules?
Let the man breathe. That watcher sent him flying.
Did you see how far that watcher threw me? Must have been 10 legs.
I can't believe you tried to climb up one, you madman.
How else was I supposed to see the optics? It wasn't pleasant to need something like this. What I wouldn't give to meet the Gondian who invented the steel watch.
Actually, Gortash invented the steel watch?
No, he merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel watch.
Greetings. How may I be of service? Your father...
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
My heart flutters at the thought.
Yes, darling, it's very leather-like.
Now here's someone who appreciates the finer things. Welcome, sir.
Did you get to look at their gyrometics? Or their tongue?
Stop. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no? Aren't they just? You clearly have excellent taste. What can I do for you, sir? Everything alchemical from potions to poisons. Just do make sure you read the label before quaffing. Hmm? Be sure to savor each purchase.
Always a bargain. Lord Gortash is expected.
Couple turns should do it.
Please make your way to the audience chamber. Is expected. Please make your way.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
But good armor is hard to find.
Tools, all shapes, all sizes, all prices.
Wearing armor to meet my mother and father.
Enjoyed it. I had no less than 2 maidens and a bachelor clawing at my door the very next morning.
15.
The neighbours are talking out their arse.
Exactly. Pleasure isn't just physical. It's...
I won't let any...
A drow or a drink, sweeting. There is no thirst I cannot quench.
Caress. Also has
Den of decadent delights.
It's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks, from what I've heard.
And if a patron confuses me for a member of staff,
I'd probably break his nose. Good point.
Mate, it's your birthday. You deserve to cut loose.
The librarian does this thing with her whip where you're on all fours and...
why does World's Crossing have so few lodgings? We need at least a double.
Slow down.
Such a sweet.
Let the man breathe. That watcher sent him flying.
This armor was...
Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
Is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
God is a charlatan.
Been paid to like it. If I were you, I'd focus on my own job and leave the steel watchers to theirs.
Are they going to arrest us?
Lord Gortash is
What if they throw us?
It's the waiting that's hard. If we could just talk to one of the fists, it would be as clear as day that we're not criminals.
You heard anything about what it's like in the prisons? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Are they going to arrest us?
The house was on fire.
They say Gortash won't be king, but that pomp upstairs sure sounds like a coronation.
I can't really glaze that pizza.
What my friend means to say is that the...
Oh, leave it out. I've got a trial coming up, and I need to rememberize my lines.
Let's rehearse this one more time.
You've been saying that for
Pretend
ages.
I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
Well,
I don't know.
Citizen, you are being accompanied by a malfunctioning steel watcher. Please stand back.
I think you have the wrong hunk of metal.
False. Report your purpose, steel watcher. Why are you following these citizens unbidden? Ah. I understand your malfunction. Your unit is a highly outdated model. The Ragnak's casement protecting your metallurgized iced valves is burning well outside the recommended temperature. Please report to the Steelwatch Foundry for dismantling.
Yeah. Hey, Metal Man. If I report to this foundry, can my engine be fixed?
Your make is very obsolete. Repairing your engine would be not only impractical, but impossible. Report to the Steelwatch Foundry for immediate dismantling.
Yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
The Steelwatch Foundry is off-limits to visitors. This malfunctioning unit can escort itself back.
Home in no time.
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off. Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper? This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. I wasn't. And if he thinks he can sell off my armory without telling me, Nog Marakarasham. You want to spend your gold? Find a merchant in the city. My weapons are not for sale.
Yes, we broke down the door because it sounded like somebody was in trouble.
Are they going to arrest us?
The house was on fire. We arrested you.
I spoke to a witness who says you
Calm
went to the
down,
house
dear.
before the
It
fire
won't
started.
happen, I swear.
The flaming fists don't stand for trouble. So stay out of it, yeah?
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Calm down, dear.
Well,
It won't happen, I swear.
I can't really clear stuff against the eye. He wasn't even hurt.
Lord
We'll tell them what
is
happened,
expecting you.
and we'll be home in no time.
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
The fire started.
You've been saying that for ages, and we're still here. What are they waiting for?
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The Dead Three's puppet. A travesty, really. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can. I'd hate for him to miss the fun.
Look, I'm all for Gortash, but those clankers, they don't sit right with me.
Because they do your job better than you and without complaining. It is unnerving.
Imagine where we'd be without them. The city would be overrun. They're all that's keeping this cult at bay.
He has a point. They make people feel safe, if nothing else.
Ha! You hear this? Tell my friends how safe you feel with those metal giants stamping about.
They're a true miracle of engineering.
Ha! It'll be a miracle if they're still working in a 10-day.
Cult army on the march, killer on the loose, and Mistress Dorenbold still drags me hither and thither.
Sorry, these dukes are working me to the bone.
You hear? Milady says Absolute's army's on the march. There's watchers. We'll hold the line. You best believe.
Head up, chest out. Lord Portier could descend any moment.
Lord, Archduke, God. I'll call Gortash what he wants, as long as Lord Chatshield pays me for all this waiting around.
Bruff's babbling, no time to talk.
Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Raven Guard is a charlatan, like every last man.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
Lord Gortash.
Go on up. Pay Gortash a visit. A fate to remember, I guarantee.
Sticking up for each other if the sky falls around us.
Is expected.
Don't like it. You're not being paid to like it. Best behaviour around here. Understood?
Don't cause any trouble, all right? It's not worth it.
What are you doing in here?
You notice the gnome slip a lockpick into his pocket.
You're not a fist. Go on, get out, or I'll wake the others. Who do you think you are? Eh? You can't just accuse someone of being a thief. You've got no business being in here, so just clear off.
Keep those feet moving.
Go on up. Pay Gortash a visit. A fate to remember, I guarantee.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber. Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your... is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard. Thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
The tiefling is letting her passions get the better of her. The situation is delicate. Do not be swept up in her emotions.
So we bide our time. But make no mistake, that monkey is mine.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlach, come and say a proper hello.
My respects? You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colorful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
It's not. But it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. You've met her assassins. Efficient killers, by all accounts. I know you survived previous encounters, but she won't relent. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
You look carefully, but discover nothing.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gortash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun.
This isn't going to end well. Mark my words.
I understand your concerns, my old friend. But allow me to demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A shapeshifter? It could be anyone. I mean, it's not me, but it could be anyone else.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thor. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then allow me to peek it for you.
Your brain twists and stretches under the Watcher's gaze. The pain almost brings you to your knees before fading.
You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
He looks the exact same as he did 10 years ago. Fancy a coat, I suppose. The Archduke of Baldur's Gate. What a sham.
You don't really intend to be his ally, do you? Fair enough. Now that he's within reach, I don't intend to let him slip away.
Archduke Gortash, man of the people, the right people.
An Archduke! Finally someone who can stand up to those wretched absolutists.
Ravengard has not once failed this city. If he trusts Gortash, then so do I.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Have you come to behold the new dawn? Help me. Ah, the Black Widow caught you in her web. Floric chose shadow over light. Her betrayal burned deeper than the fires of Avernus. She's been punished for her lies. Don't let her get to you.
The Duke wants to keep Floric's location a secret. Little does he know that you've already found and freed her.
What is a hero, if not an actor for the greater good? Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. Gortash and I will ignite the final spark, and that, true soul, is the greatest of goods.
Clary it is, my good lady.
But perhaps some mint wine. My palate needs cleansing, though I've grown quite fond of Evan.
did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And to think, the drama's just started. You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated. To his death, the way I hear it. Such a shame. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there? My, aren't we eager? Let's meet Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.